Hello and welcome everyone. Last lecture we started with making comparisons, how to form comparative adjective. For today we are going to discuss superlative adjectives. A superlative adjective compares someone or something to every other person or object in the group. So we use superlative adjectives to make a comparison between more than two things. For example, Tom is the brightest student in our class. إذا تستخدم صفات التفضيل لوصف شيء هذا الشيء تتوفر فيه أعلى درجات الصفة أو أدناها بين مجموعة من الأشخاص، بين مجموعة من الأيدياز الأفكار ربما أو الحالات. إذن هذه الصيغة تستخدم للمقارنة بين أكثر من شيئين. Now, how to form superlative adjectives. Superlative adjectives can be formed by following this table. If the adjective has only one syllable, we add the before the adjective, then we add est. For example, mild, the mildest. Short, the shortest. If the adjective has one syllable, ending in E, we add the, then the adjective, then st, only st. For example, safe, the safest. Large, the largest. Brave, the bravest. Cute, the cutest. If the adjective has two syllables ending in y becomes I, then we add est. So we add the before the adjective, then the adjective, then we add est. Y becomes I, then we add est. For example, easy, the easiest. Pretty, the prettiest. Lucky, the luckiest. If the adjective has two or more syllables, we add the plus most before the adjective. For example, painful, the most painful. Difficult, the most difficult. Now we have some notes. The first one, the opposite of the most is the least. For example, this drug has the least severe side effects. Another note is we can use more, less, and must with the noun to talk about relative amounts. For example, you will feel less pain if you use gas and air. So here less means a reduced amount. Another example is most people aren't very good at dealing with pain. So the meaning of most here is the majority. The majority of people aren't very good at dealing with pain. Let's move to this exercise in which we are going to match these rules with the examples. So we have certain rules of making comparisons and we will try to match these rules with their examples. The first rule is we use comparative to say how things are different. For example, these painkillers are milder than those. So the example of this rule is E. Last night the pain was more severe than this morning. The rule number 2 is to make a comparative stronger, we often use much or a lot. For example, you look much better today. The correct answer here is A. It is much less sore than yesterday. Thanks. The third rule is we can use more and less with a noun to talk about quantity. So the correct answer here is B. They have more beds. Look, beds is noun. This word is noun. They have more beds in the city hospital. The fourth rule is about we can use superlative adjectives to compare something to all other things of the same type. We can use superlative to compare something to all other things of the same type. The correct answer here is what? Is C. This is, the example is C. This is the strongest painkillers available without prescription. Without a prescription. Number 5. The rule number 5 is we can use most with a noun to talk about a large proportion of something. The correct answer here is D. Example D is the correct answer. Most women choose to have pain relief when giving birth. D. We have the second exercise. Look at this information about these 3 painkillers. And we are going to make comparisons according to this information. إذن بهذا التمرين لدينا صورة تحتوي على 3 أنواع من المسكنات. سوف نقوم بإجراء مقارنات حسب الإفكتيف فعالية الدواء وفعالية المسكن، حسب الكوست اللي هي حسب سعره تكلفته، وأخيرا حسب السايد إفكتس اللي هي السايد إفكتس هي الآثار الجانبية للمسكن. Number 1 Neurodine is much فراغ effective than ibuprofen. Effective becomes more effective. هنا اخترنا more effective لين مقارنة بين شيئين، ولأن effective the adjective effective has more than one syllable، يعني الصفة هنا تحتوي على أكثر من مقطع. Number 2 ibuprofen is dash cheap than Neurodine. هنا المقارنة بين هذا الايبروكسين والنيورودين حسب الإيش؟ حسب التكلفة. cheap becomes cheaper لأن cheap صفة هذه الكلمة cheap الصفة تتكون من مقطع واحد، إذن فقط ضفنا er لين عندنا مقطع كلمة متكونة من مقطع واحد، صفة متكونة من مقطع واحد، والمقارنة بين شيئين ما أكثر. Number 3 ibuprofen has more side effects than نور الدين. إذا هنا حسب السايد effects المقارنة وضعنا كلمة more before side effects. أيضا لأن المقارنة بين شيئين هنا comparative adjective not superlative adjective. While with sentence number 4 نور الدين is most effective becomes the most effective لين هنا superlative مقارنة هذا المسكن بالمسكنات الأخرى. هنا ليس لدينا بالنقطة الرابعة مقارنة بين شيئين. Sulpafine is more effective than ibuprofen. Also here we use comparative adjective because we make comparison between two things. While in number 6, Sulpafine is the most expensive. Here we have superlative adjective because the comparison here between more than two things. Finally, Nuruddin is more effective than Sulpafine. Also here in this sentence we have comparative adjective, more effective, because we make comparison between two things.